friends, it's Amy Tangerine. Today I want to dive deeper into one of the questions I most commonly get asked, and that is some version of what do you do when you are stuck in a creative rut? There's also a version similar, which is how do you stay motivated creatively, especially on a consistent basis since your work depends on it? These are great questions. And although I don't have all the answers, I have found some solutions and systems that have helped me over the 20 years of running my own little creative business. First, I want to acknowledge that we all go through phases where we feel stuck creatively. Sometimes we think that we're completely out of ideas and we have nothing more to offer. Or maybe you're just staring at your supplies and not feeling inspired to create. It's okay. It's also frustrating, but it happens to the best of us. No matter where you find yourself at this moment in time, I hope this video uplifts and inspires you to get those creative juices flowing once again sometime soon. Give this video a thumbs up, and as always, please feel free to leave any questions or comments below. I love connecting with you. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get to the tips.
Number 1, take a break. Sometimes the best way to overcome a creative rut is to step back from your project. Go for a 10-minute walk, listen to some music, or do something unrelated to your work. Heck, sometimes I even fold laundry or tidy up an area. This can help refresh your mind and help you gain a new perspective on what you're working on. Number 2, brainstorm or brain dump. Make a list of all the things on your mind or ideas you can think of, even if they seem silly or impractical. When we're stuck in a creative rut, it's easy to get bogged down by self-doubt or overthinking. Brainstorming or brain dumping allows us to bypass our inner critic and generate a large number of ideas. By writing down every random thing that comes to mind, we're able to compile a bunch of ideas to choose from. Don't judge them, just get to jotting and scribbling. You can do this in a notebook or a piece of paper. Number 3, change your environment. Sometimes a change of scenery can do wonders for your creativity. Get to work in a different location or move around in your workspace. This can help you see things in a new light and come up with fresh ideas, especially when your workspace gets a little messy like mine often does. Number 4, get inspired. I believe inspiration is everywhere. Perhaps that's why you're on YouTube right now. Pinterest is a great place to look, but can sometimes feel daunting or overwhelming, and you want to be able to generate your own fresh ideas. You could also read a book, watch a movie, or visit a museum or bookstore. Playing tourist in your own town for just a little bit of time can do wonders. Inspiration can come from anywhere, and seeing other people's creative work can help spark something in you to come up with your own fresh twist. Number 5, limit yourself. Sometimes having too many options can be overwhelming. Try limiting yourself to a certain color palette, medium, or style. This can help you focus and come up with new ideas within those creative constraints. Number 6, connect and call a friend. Sometimes just picking up the phone and chatting with someone can help spark new ideas. Plus, it's always fun to play catch-up for a bit. You could reach out to a mentor or someone who you potentially want to collaborate with, someone who has a different skill set or perspective than you to create something truly unique. 7, and probably my favorite one, play. Try new techniques or tools and just have fun. Use a different medium, try a new app or tool, or experiment with a new technique that you've wanted to try. Sometimes I just start using my supplies and making mixed media art to see how watercolors flow together, or I try layering bold stamps on a painted background and see how that feels. This can help you explore new possibilities and expand your horizons. Number 8, reflect. Reflecting on past projects that you love that hold a special place in your heart can be a helpful strategy for getting out of a creative rut. By looking back at your successes, you can identify what worked for you in the past and draw inspiration from it. What was the creative challenge you faced, and how did you overcome it? What were the key elements of the project that brought you the most joy? What was the creative process you used, and how did it lead to the awesome outcome? By analyzing your past projects in this way, you can identify the factors that contributed to their success. Perhaps it was a certain laid-back approach you took, a specific tool or technique you used, or maybe it was a mindset you had during the creative process. Whatever it was, try to pinpoint what made it work for you. Number 9, set a 10-minute timer. Set a simple goal for yourself, such as working on something for 10 minutes uninterrupted. You might find that what you were dreading for hours, days, or weeks actually didn't need to take up so much headspace, and just starting it brought you closer to finishing the project. Remember, 10 minutes is better than nothing, and sometimes starting is the hardest part. Number 10, and probably the most important, give yourself grace. You will have ideas again. And don't listen to that terrible piece of advice that gets thrown around about only being as good as your last great idea. When you're in a creative rut, it's easy to feel discouraged and frustrated. You may feel like you've lost your creative spark and worry that you'll never have good ideas again. However, it's important to give yourself grace during these times and remember that creative inspiration comes in waves. One way to give yourself grace is to recognize that creativity is a process that involves both highs and lows. It's natural to experience periods of creative block or low inspiration, just as it's normal and natural to have moments of great productivity and inspiration. It's important not to beat yourself up or feel like you're failing when you're in a creative rut. Instead, try to view it as a natural part of the process and give yourself the space and grace you need to recharge and find your inspiration again. All right, now it's your turn. I would love to hear what works for you. Did any of these resonate with you? I know many of them sounded kind of obvious, but sometimes we need a gentle reminder. Leave any questions or comments or thoughts below. I'm working on posting a free printable that you can fill out on your own or have the copy that's already done for you. Be sure you're subscribed to my email list for when that goes out. Thanks as always for watching.